Shellyse TV. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Hey everybody. I just had to jump on here real quick to talk about Tamar and Vince and the latest drama between the two of them. Now, I know this story is probably old by now. Many people have covered it and talked about it and all of that, but I just wanted to just give my personal opinion about what's going on. Because I watch Braxton Family Values and Tamar and Vince and the whole franchise, Braxton franchise, I just felt like I needed to just say something. So, in case you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard what's going on with Tamar and Vince, allegedly they got into a fight, and the fight was so bad that Tamar actually had to call the police on Vince. And he supposedly bit her hand, and she was bleeding, and she needed stitches, and she refused to go to the hospital and have all that done. Now, if this story is true, I just want to say something here. Domestic violence is real and it's extremely serious. Ain't no love that good, ain't no D that good, ain't no money that good, ain't none of that. The big house, the cars, the fame, the fortune, ain't none of that worth anyone's life. Now, just from what I know from watching the show and all of that good stuff, Tamar will make you want to punch her in the face. Absolutely, because she got that mouth on her. But at the end of the day, Vince, you're her husband, and you don't put your hands on her. And Tamar, that's your husband. You don't put your hands on him. See, she seemed like the type that would throw them hands when she get mad and just act real petty and silly and crazy and immature. Of course, I see that in her. But no, everybody's grown. Everybody need to keep their hands to themselves. So if this story is true, I mean, I'm not 100% shocked because look at how they fuss and fight. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. Their relationship has always been like up and down. Since the very first season of Braxton Family Values, we've seen that her and Vince get into it. They just do. They rocky and then they holding hands and kissing and smooching in the next breath. This is just how their relationship is, I think. But at the same time, that's not good. It's not good. It's not healthy. Nobody should be hiding scars. No one should be getting beat up. Nobody should be emotionally abused in a relationship. Like, no, that's not what love is. And that's not what it should be. Tamar, I think she has had a previous relationship where she had been abused. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on inside of her head, what she's thinking, what he's thinking. I'm not sure. But all I know is it's not healthy for either one of them to be in this type of relationship. Think about Logan. Think about your son. Like, do you want him to grow up seeing y'all two go at it like that? Like, that's not cool. Don't do that. And it's crazy because people have also said that the reason why it blew up into this big thing is because she switched up management, because she got dropped from the label and she got fired from the real. So she needed new management, she felt. And she dropped Vince and she got Steve Harvey's manager to manage her. So that may have had something to do with it. He may have been in his feelings a little bit about that. But I don't care about all of that. At the end of the day, that's your wife. You don't be biting her. You don't be hitting her. You don't be shaking her. You don't be doing none of that stuff to her. No, don't do that. Tamar is not my favorite Braxton, but she's a human being and she doesn't deserve to have to go through that. Nope. Nope. I'm never going to be like she deserved to get that because it's not okay. And he shouldn't be doing her like that. And you know what's crazy? Because when you measure Tamar up against Vince, she seemed like the rah rah one. She seemed like the one that goes crazy and be popping off at the mouth and doing all extra stuff. But see, that's really not what it is. Now, if you have watched Tamar and Vince and you've been watching the Braxton Family Values and all this stuff, just watching their shows, you know how Vince can get. Please don't think he is just so squeaky clean. He ain't never got smart with her, said some mean things to her, got in her face, showed some aggressive behavior towards her. Yes, he has. And yes, he does. So it's not far fetched for me to believe that he been putting hands on her. Yeah. In public and stuff, he's respectful and all of that. But if you piss him off, he might, put his hands, and shake you a little bit. He just seemed like that type of dude. And he's very slick with his mouth because Tamar is too. But I said all this to say, if indeed they get into these physical fights, I don't think they need to be together. Now, I'm not the one to be telling married people they need to get divorced and all of that stuff, but they need to get help. Definitely. This is a sign. Come on. Like, it's getting to the point where y'all can't hide it no more. It's divorce rumors, then it's abuse rumors, and I mean, it's just so much stuff circling around this relationship. If y'all love each other, get it together, make it work, be more positive in your relationship because it just makes me nervous. I don't like nobody to be fussing and fighting because somebody gonna come up dead. I don't like it. Things can go too far in a short span of time, and you just don't know what's gonna happen when you get heated and in the moment. Especially men, honey, when they get angry and aggressive, that sometimes they see red in real life and they lose it. Women too. So it's really no reason. I just don't. No, 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 no. They don't need to do that. So I just wanted to get on here and just talk about that because it was just weighing heavy on my heart, and it just makes me nervous. And I don't want to turn on the news one day and see any Herbert um has passed away or gotten killed by the other in some kind of domestic dispute. No, cut it out. Just cut it out. Tamar always jumping on her sisters about what they should and shouldn't be putting up with. And I'm like, girl, well, what are you dealing with at home? No, quit throwing them rocks when you live in that glass house. Like, cut it out. Get some help. Y'all need to get help. If y'all want to be together, get that help. Or, I don't know, separate. Do something. I don't know. I don't know what they need to do. But they need to quit that. That's all I know. So, okay, y'all. I am out of here, and I will talk to you guys in the next video, okay? All right, be good and be good to yourself.